どうする？
What's going on, Pokemon trainers? We have episode number 64, and this was such an insightful and good episode. It has reintroduced us to Rakurium. But before that, I want to talk about Onigiri and Sandwichu. It's so cute. At the end of the episode, they appear because I think they're gonna help 𝐜𝐴𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥 or whatever, right? I think they're gonna go help him. But at the end of the episode, they appear. But what makes me just no, there's just no way. And B, what's the purpose of? So they go in to fight Dot and Roy because they just happen to land on them, whatever. Okay, no problem, whatever, okay? But they're in their school uniform, and for whatever reason, they go, time to change. And they're like, and then they change into their normal goofy-ass outfits. One, what kind of technology do you have that doesn't exist that allows you to just transform into different clothing? Impossible. And two, there's no, like, what's the point of transforming into, like, let's say the technology exists, because obviously it does. What's the point of changing your clothes just to fight them? It makes no sense. What, just because so you don't dirty your school clothes? I don't know why. It's just such a little nitpicky, like, it's just such a little scene at the end of the episode that I was just like, yo, what's the point? Like, what are you doing that? What's the point? Anyways, okay. This episode has Spinel and Rakurium, okay? Now, we are not, how do you say it? We are not strangers to Rakurium, okay? This Rakurium, if I'm saying it wrong, just tell me in the comments, whatever. This Rakurium stuff is the stuff that is like that pink mist and is the reason we keep seeing 𝐜𝐴𝐴𝐽, or no, that we keep seeing Lucius, okay? And this Rakurium stuff is what has been affecting, or what affected, I'm guessing, don't quote me as like, I'm not some like all-telling, all-seer thing. I'm just guessing and theorizing. But these are the things that has affected all the other Pokemon in some way that Lucius had. The Galarian Moltres, the Arboliva, all the other ones. And then they got out of it. And Terapagos is typically a part of getting them out of that. At this point, it seems that this Rakurium stuff is definitely extremely tied to Lucius and his disappearance. And I think that we can confidently say that because of Terapagos and the way that Terapagos has reacted to this Rakurium stuff with a lot of hatred. But he also has the power to neutralize this Rakurium stuff as well. So that's kind of where my theory guess comes in, okay? On top of that, we know that this Rakurium stuff is called the Eternal Blessing. We don't, at least I don't quite know why it's called the Eternal Blessing stuff, but this is what was introduced to us as being researched by Freed and the company that he worked for before called 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥. We got introduced to this, like, I don't know, 10, 15 episodes ago when Freed visited his prior workplace and he was trying to figure out what research, and then this Spinel character guy, he was the one that perfectly timed his stealing of all of the Eternal Blessing research shenanigans and stuff. But we could definitely say that Freed confirmed that Terapagos and Lucius and the Pink Mist are all tied together, and that's all tied to this Eternal Blessing, aka Rakurium, okay? Then we had it to where, what episode is this again? Hold on, let me check. Hold on. What episode did we 64? Is that what we just watched? Okay, so we just watched episode 64, and like 10 episodes ago, or like 5 or 10 episodes ago, there was another person called or not another person. There was another Pokemon where it was the what was it, Lapras? I think, right? Lapras, I think it was. I don't know. But I think it was the Lapras that we came across. You know, again, Moltres, Arboliva, Lapras. And they were stating that there was like a pink thing going on with the Lapras or whatever. Okay. So again, that confirmed to Freed after his discovery at the company he worked for that they were tied together. And then now the pink mist, this pink thing, this pink stone, it seems like, made its way back again with this Spinel character. And he was able to not destroy it, but make it into that, like shake weight it up into that mist. And then he was able to spread the mist to the Umbreon. And then this episode, the Umbreon went feral, I guess you could say, or like lost its mind, or like it just went out of control, but it was still able to take orders from Spinel. So it wasn't completely out of its wits, but it definitely increased its power, so much so that it was able to take on the Cerulege fully terastallized, and it was able to just, end it really fast. Then the Terapagos came into play, and we know Terapagos is like the perfect terastallization, right? It has all of the different... When he gets into his battle form, he's able to summon all the different Pokemon types. Whatever that infinity stage is, the rainbow stages. It basically has every Pokemon type into his terastallization, and he was able to destroy the stone, destroy the mist, or whatever. And at this point, it seems that like Terapagos and this Recurium stuff are like yin and yang, like they cancel each other out in a way, to where I don't know what's going to happen next, but this Terapagos definitely has a ability to negate the Eternal Blessing Recurium effects or whatever. So that's kind of where we're at after this episode. So this episode definitely tied in a lot of things that we've seen over the last, call it 15 episodes or so, with all the different stuff that we've learned so far about Amateo's grandpapa and what he's trying to accomplish, and Lucius's disappearance, and Lucius's Pokemon still existing in this world and going out of control, and the pink mist, and all. It's kind of like it's slowly tying in all the things that it introduced to us, which I think is really, really cool. So that's where we're at the end of this episode. And also it looks like, it looks like Liko did in fact fail the terastallization course, which in her words mean that she can't terastallize anymore. And that did cause her to basically lose to Amateo in a sense. We'll see what ends up happening from there on, based on the preview for next episode, looks like, what's his name? The ice gym leader, Grusha. It looks like Grusha does come back in next episode. So again, there's a chance for that failure to be overturned. It just remains to be seen. So we'll see what ends up happening next episode. But my friends, it's been a pleasure to kind of talk Pokemon shop with you guys. And I'll see you guys next week for episode number 65. Jesus Christ. I just can't remember the damn episode number. 65 next week. Yep. So I'll see you then, my friends. Have a great weekend. Peace out.